Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday, the 29th of June. So starting off looking across the markets, there's not too much to report there. Looking at the fundamental risk data due out today, again, not much to report really. At 10:30 we've got a Bank of England speaker, Bailey, Governor Bailey may move a little bit due to deliver opening remarks at the Climate Financial Risk Forum. Okay, maybe not too much then, but we'll see. But it's all very low value, but low key data really in current terms, so I don't expect too much data from there unless we've got other speakers that are just political speakers, etc., that may get the markets moving. So we're left to the technical, so let's just focus on those. So looking at the euro dollar first, and well, we've got this sort of low high low low sort of picture going through here, sort of downward channel that's sort of much clearer at the moment. You can draw a look at it properly. There's a downward channel sitting across there. Just looking in the shorter time frames, and it seems to have caught a bit of a bounce. It's in the shorter time frame, it's put this higher low in. It's sort of got confirmed this morning really. Running through, there's a little bit more sort of positivity for the euro in the short term here, but as I said on Friday when it was running through looking like it was going to drop through the floor, you have to be a bit careful with some of these. Or was that Thursday? Goodness knows. Anyway, for now, it actually does look like it could have a bit of a morning correction from what I'm looking at here. Shooting star last bar, we're just hitting 8 o'clock, and we're seeing a bit more of a retrace. But the picture could be changing here, and it really is. Well, we're between two directions, and the bigger direction still looks like it's to the south side, but as I say, we've got this curling around bit of price action. Maybe we may be on the bounce back again. Fundamentally, we were erring that way before we saw this more deeper correction that we've seen over the last few weeks. So we'll see if that picks up again, and if the euro can catch a bounce. Right, that's the euro dollar. The pound still looks soft on its dailies, low highs, low lows clearly through that, but that too this morning has caught a bit of a bounce, but just again selling here just as the euro is. To me, the pound just looks weaker. As I look at it through here, it's again shooting star, looks soft. It's just coming down to its 60-minute 8. If it can bounce off that and get a move on, it's got the 21 sitting there as well with a bit of support. Fine, it may catch on. It has got its weekly pivot untouched. Its daily pivot untouched. Sorry, that is the weekly pivot. I was right in the first place. Let me just correct these. Daily pivots are a bit out of proportion at the moment. Let's just change these. There we go. Let's put that in there for now. And well, that's made a little bit of difference, but we're just on the daily pivot, so not made any real massive difference there, but it does look, as I say, a bit bearish as we're looking at this at the moment. Dollar yen consolidating. It's range bound. It's horrible most of the time. It looked like last week it was going to start breaking out. It broke out, pulled back, and it's just really going in pretty much in the sideward channel at the moment. So not a lot of difference and anything to really be said about that for me. Aussie dollar continues to consolidate. It's caught a bit of a bid this morning, but hardly anything to write home about. Maybe if it can break back above the area I was looking at Friday, it may get a bit more bullish, but it's certainly struggling into these current highs here. So not much to add on to that in terms of whether again, same sort of shorter term picture here in terms of shooting stars and looking a bit soft, like it might just roll back a bit. Doesn't mean to say they'll completely roll over, but they do look a little toppy where they are maybe. Canadian dollar not giving much in the way of clues here, a little bit strengthening, but again chopping around. Nothing really to write home about there either really. It's got a weekly pivot below, which maybe if it was to sell off it would roll back to that, but again at the moment is just giving some more back to the US dollar. Okay, so the market, probably euro pound. The pound looks the weakest amongst them at this stage. Bullish engulfing almost on oil here. It's starting to pick up on the 60-minute after coming back. It's actually held up quite well over the weekend. It gave back a lot of its gains on Friday there and eventually, but it's still holding above this daily 21. Still the potential maybe for later to see if we can see if they can get a push back towards its weekly pivot. That becomes a nice target to the upside maybe later this afternoon when the US market oil prices open properly there. There's a couple of targets there that may just come into play. Okay, that's oil. S&Ps, click on the right button would be good. There we go. So the S&Ps, well, again catching a little bit of a bit at the moment, but they've really curled round here now and looking softer. Obviously you can see lower highs, lower lows through this 4-hourly picture from last week, really confirmed. Never got back up to those sort of levels I was looking at there, that near that 3150. It would have been interesting if it had at that time, but it's just fallen away and fallen away even further. Isn't to say it won't get back there. In fact, in the short term here, it's looking like if it catches its daily pivot, that confirms a higher low, and perhaps we may get a bit more of a bounce up to that weekly pivot at 3048 sort of area. And then we'll see if it can hold on to it. But for now, it's still looking bearish in that sort of middling picture. Right, as I said, that's it. Not much in the way of news today. Have a great one. Bye for now.